Welcome back. In recent months, we've witnessed the birth of the Horokhoes festival, which is designed to reinstill the pride of Damara women in their rich history, food and culture under the Nisa Nukwedi Icons movement. Horokhoes, also known as the Damara dress, is one of the features of this festival, which encourages women from every region to create a unique Horokhoes and wear it with pride. Tonight we speak to Ms. Neriene Hoebes, who is planning team member, to discuss the movement and of course its impact. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. To start with, I know definitely that I didn't pronounce the organization or the movement's title correctly, so let's start there. Tell me how exactly or what exactly is the correct pronunciation?
The correct pronunciation is Nisa Nukwedi Icons.
Nisa Nukwedi Icons.
Yes.
That translation translates to what exactly?
The direct translation will be the proud Damara women of Icons, of Windhoek. Yeah.
What or who inspired you, Ms. Neriene, to take up this cultural journey? How did the movement start?
Okay. To start with, I really have to acknowledge one of the members, the former members, which is Ms. Marianne Tanises, because she is the one who really started with this whole movement back then in 2011. Where she has saw the need that the women are trying to wear the dress, but that they were struggling with the cape, the headgear that is. So she organized a group of women where she started to tour around the country to assist or to teach the women how to tie the cape. That is where it has started. And then in 2015, that's where we really started being visible, where we have launched or started with our themed events. And one of the first ones in 2015 was the Come Dine With Me culture. That is where you have seen it. Yeah, and that is also where we have dressed the current First Lady, Ms. Monica Kengos, in the Damara dress. And from there on, we had several events, mainly focusing on the dress and the cape. Several events throughout the years that we have been mobilizing women and for them to partake in these events. That is how it has started.
What is so complicated about the cape? It looks, from my point of view, easy to put together.
Yes, definitely. I always say that the cape is a matter of skills and art. So, and you only perfect it with practice. And in the recent years, not even in the recent years, but nowadays, we see that the younger women are trying to take a shortcut to the cape. Yeah, they just want to make everything easy. So they will just put on a beanie and a stick and then put the doek and that's it. But it is not how it should be, because when we talk about culture, we are talking about preserving our cultural heritage.
Of course.
Yeah, and the skill or the art of the cape is also to be preserved. That is why we are really focusing on teaching them how to do it. Put on your horep and to tie the cape.
Why is it important for Damara women or just women in general to participate in this movement?
To participate in this movement is really an issue of your cultural identity, who you are, and for where you are coming from, where you are now, and where you want to go. So therefore it is very important to know your background, your background, what is your culture all about, and mainly how do you identify, or how are your people going to know who you are? And this is where the dress is coming in, because when you are in your cultural attire, then the people can see already who is this person, and that is why it is very important for you to know your cultural identity, because everybody has got a right to know who they are.
There's a course that is offered as part of this movement. Tell us about it and what's learned in this course.
Okay, this course is, we call it a training, for the younger women, because we saw the need that whatever activities that we have been undertaking, we saw that the younger women were absent, they were not there. It was mainly the older women who were interested. So we thought, how can we really engage our younger women? And that is how we have come up with this training, which we called the indigenous journey of the young Damara women. So it's really a journey. We are taking them through from the start to the end. So what we start with in this course is we start with the culture. What is culture really? And what is heritage? Why should we preserve our heritage, our cultural heritage? And then we teach them the basic of the language, the pronunciations, the clicks, how to count, and all those things. And then we come to the essence of our movement, the dress. The features of the dress. How should the dress look like? Really, we have identified key features. We are saying the dress must have the fine pleats at the back, and then we are talking about the L, the buttons in front, and then we are talking about the tunic, the elbow that the dress needs to have, and then we are talking about the reinstill, which is the bottom part of the dress, and then the length, which is very important, because we notice that women are wearing the dress, but they are wearing it very short. Our dress must not be short, it has to be long, it has to cover the feet. And then, of course, to round it off, the cape. That is what we are teaching them. And then we also teach them about the folklore, the old songs that the women used to sing, the dances, the traditional dances of the women, not the nama stuff. I saw earlier on the TV they were showing the nama stuff, but the troop and the horek, that's now the dances that the women used to do. We teach them. And then we also teach them how to prepare traditional cuisine. That is now when an animal is slaughtered, how to clean the intestines, how to clean the tripe, how to clean the head and the legs, stuff like that, and how to clean a chicken, and how to prepare those food as well.
That's fantastic.
And yes, and also in the teachings we also include the traditional medicine and the use thereof, when and how to use those traditional medicine.
That's awesome. Yes. We've seen multiple regions have launched and displayed their unique dresses countrywide. I think many a Namibian who's not, of this tribe would have wondered what's going on. It's such a beautiful, colorful display, and we've seen each region have different dresses presented. What can we expect for the rest of the year?
That is very exciting. We have had about 15, 16 towns in Namibia which has already launched their dresses. There are still some more coming up, but then I will just have to highlight that our women in the diaspora are also on board. The ladies have organized themselves in Europe, and they are about to launch their Europe dress. And then after all these dresses has been launched, there are still other towns coming up. Then we are going to have a big gathering in Ucho on the 9th of September, where all the ladies will come in their beautiful, beautiful dresses. You can't even say which one is which one is which one. Yeah, all of them. And the most beautiful thing is that they are adhering to the key features of the dress. So the women will gather in Ucho and have a big festival during that weekend.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Ms. Neriene, that's all the time we have this evening. But thank you so much for coming. I hope the viewers like myself learned a lot this evening. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, we've come to the end on a bright and beautiful note on tonight's program. We'll be back tomorrow, same time and place. Do join us again for another installation of the Daily Roundup.